Hello, myRockworld fans. We are today in Freising, and we have the special honor to meet the founder of Procol Harum, Gary Brooker, for an interview. But first, because it's his birthday today, happy birthday and welcome, Gary Brooker.
Dankeschön, Dankeschön.
And it's so great that you're back in Germany and do an interview with us for myRockworld on your birthday. Gary, first question, as this is a rare show tonight and this is your birthday show, what can we expect from the concert tonight? Are there any surprises or special set list, or what can you talk about that?
I think I'll have to think for the rest of the day, because when we organised to come here a few months ago, whenever it was, it turned out it was the 29th of May, and my wife said, "Oh, it's your birthday, so you're going to miss, you won't be here then." So I said, "No, but we'll just do it when I come back, or we'll wait another year or something." But of course, once you get near that day and you're playing a concert, suddenly it becomes something more. You know, it's a more special day than last week in Dunkirk.
Yeah.
You know. But I'm very much a person that acts on impulse. Do it all at the last minute. I mean, people have always not been amazed by our managers and that over the years. They go, "Why can't you just do the same set every night?" I don't do that. I don't play the same songs every night in the same way. You play different songs every night. That's what playing music is about, being not just for the public to make it interesting, but for yourself.
You're right.
You know, to play the same set for 30 days or something would be torturous. I would get bored, I think. I've never done it, but I have done it with other people. But I do. I would say that I get bored if there's not a surprise in there or something going on. So we shall play some songs tonight that we haven't played. I know that this particular outfit, and we've been together since 1993, which is quite a long time.
It's a long time.
It's over 20 years.
Yes.
That we haven't played before. Procol Harum songs.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple of those in there tonight. I hope that they might sing Happy Birthday for me.
I'd be sure they will.
Then I'll probably do it in a minor key.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm quite happy at the moment that, when you start out in rock, and I started out in the normal way, playing at school, starting a band, playing at people's weddings and in pubs and dance halls, just enjoying it. And then one day somebody said, "We'll pay you to do that." And then one day somebody said, we'll give you a record contract, and so it builds just naturally and from, if you like, talent and experience.
Yeah.
Rather than coming from nowhere, being 18 years old and thinking, "I want to be a rock star."
Was it in that way?
No, that's what I was just explained, that it was not that way for me.
Yeah.
I retired when I was 19 from rock, and I thought I'd become a songwriter, and then a couple of years later I was number one all around the world.
Yeah, that's it.
It was, but not from planning and not from a great publicity campaign, just natural.
As we all know, you have one of the best-selling and biggest hits in rock, in the music, with A Wider Shade of Pale. Everybody knows it. I don't know any person who does not know about this song, if it's young or it's old. Tell us how you composed that song. How come the song together? How was happening with this song? As for sure you have a lot of other really great songs and albums, but they'll be coming later. But this song.
Yeah, well, that's every song I've written. I mean, some of them are done quite quickly and little ideas based upon something in experience, but now and again, quite frequently every other song is sort of has a bit more thought and a bit more connection, or is in fact a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the idea for A White Shaded Pale, and it was a good idea. The principle of that idea really was being really, if you like, influenced and having the inspiration of J.S. Bach,
Yes.
Who I was very interested in at the time, and I'd heard him, well, not only listened to him and played his keyboard pieces and
Yes.
but also had seen it in other genres,
Yes.
I've been a great fan of the Swingle Singers, who did some great Bach versions, and about that time Jacques Lussier had put out his first album, which was called Play Bach. Jacques Lussier Trio was a French jazz player.
Very famous album.
And I think it was just in my mind, it was in the air that I could do something that lent on Bach.
Okay.
And that was the start of it, really. And I just sing over the top.
And was it a very fast song, or was it a long period to create this song?
No. Took.
You got to the piano, 20 minutes later you got the song.
Yes.
It's great.
My
How did you
God.
know?
All the good songs I think are made in this way. I don't know.
Oh, no, I would agree with that the best long-lasting ideas come very quickly and naturally.
Yeah.
There's no formula or anything to that kind of thing. It just, maybe it comes from above, you just get inspiration or something at the time.
But as we know, Gary, you have released so many albums, studio and live albums. What is your own very favorite Procol Harum album?
We haven't actually made it yet.
This is a good answer.
So I'm not the first person to say it.
So we can expect another Procol Harum album maybe sometime?
Young man, I'm just getting my second wind.
This is a good sentence, the second wind.
Yeah.
But really, are there plans to do another album?
We have people, a company that really wants us to do a new one. I think all the boys in the band would love to do a new studio album. So it's really down to me, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's me.
Have you already written some songs?
I've got stuff in my head and stuff that's floated around for a decade. The thing is, with a lot of things I write, I don't think they get dated.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not. Well, I don't write to them. I'm not going to write a rap song. Or, what it's going to be, it will be a good song. They will be good songs.
Yeah.
And they will sound good. They sounded good 10 years ago in my head.
Okay.
Or when I played them at home on the piano. And they'll sound good in another 10 years from now. Just like Salty Dog does.
Yeah.
They're not bound into a fashion at the time. The best songs, anyway. They last. And hopefully that's what we'll come up with. So we just have to wait and be patient. It's been, I've had lots of things going on personally, if you like.
Yeah.
That have made it more difficult to concentrate, because to get a good period of writing, sitting down playing at the piano, does require no outside interference.
You're right. You're definitely
or
right.
other thoughts even.
You're right. Yes.
It's just like, this is what I like doing, and you sit down and you do it.
You're right.
You don't want to have to worry about anything else at all.
Yeah.
The other thing I think about today's situation, not with Procol Harum, but with any band, is that if you want to have is there a hit, such a thing as a hit album or a hit song? To me nowadays, it's going out and well, let's put it this way: there isn't the outlets, and it's not a concentrated outlet for a product and songs. Your creation
Yeah.
You create an album, but it's not so important for people to go into their shops and buy that album, or even that album, the CD.
This is the problem
version.
because the music business has changed, as we all know. So it's not like we had it in the old days. Everybody was not speaking about a song. It was about an album because your music.
And you could read it. It was that big, so you could read what it said on, who was on it,
That's it.
what the songs were called.
And it was, I think also, maybe you agree, it was perfect. You have it on vinyl because you have a limited time. So you have not 75 minutes full of anything. So you had an album like your...
Maximum 40 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes aside.
Your first 5 or 6 albums are brilliant because this is album in its own. Every album you can hear from the first song until the last song, and it's about a whole story. It's not a
Also,
concept album.
In the vinyl days,
Yes.
we dictated what you would hear.
I think so. Yes.
We dictated what started the first side,
Yeah.
what order they came in, what
Yeah.
finished the first side, what started the B side, and we always, a lot of bands did, but we certainly left our best song till the last one on the second side. It was like an experience.
And this is why this was nobody can does it again today because nobody thinks in that way. Maybe this was this was the time for that. You're right.
Well, it was when you bought a vinyl album, it was of course the first time you'd heard it.
Yeah.
Well, unless you'd heard it on a radio or something, but you could go out and buy it the week it came out.
Yes.
And nobody had ever heard it.
Yes.
You'd never heard it, and you were hopefully pleasantly surprised by a new Procol Harum album,
Yes.
and the songs flowed as we said they should flow.
Yeah.
But of course, even with the CD, you got one side
Yeah.
for a start. It goes through from song 1 to song 10, let's say. And people can put them on in the end in any order. I'm sure with CDs when
Yeah.
they first came out, I'm sure people put them on and listened to it.
I think so.
So in the order
You're right.
that you had thought.
Yeah.
But of course, and then with CDs, of course you can get, as you said, 75 minutes on,
Yeah.
and suddenly
Yeah.
people not required to write, like, let's say 10 songs of 4 minutes a song, or 8 songs of a couple of longer ones, or even 6 songs, and there's some real long ones, and that's an album.
Yeah. You're right.
You've suddenly got this 75 minutes, which is
30
15
minutes.
songs.
30 minutes of maybe not.
twice. It's half as
quality.
long again.
Yeah.
No, it's nearly twice as long.
Yeah.
Nearly twice as much. And that's twice as much creative thought. It's twice as much studio time and mixing time. And what do you get for it? The same money as you got for the 20,
You're right.
for the 40 minutes.
You're right. Yes. As we all know, your whole catalog of the classical album came out with expanded song, with remastered and everything, and also the really great, and you know it about the live album with the orchestra. This is a masterpiece of live album, and it's for every fan. And I loved the expanded version a lot because there were a part added from the concert. Are you were you involved in that, or just the record company does that to sell it again?
Do you mean the live with the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra?
Yes.
Ah, right.
The classic one, the
Yes,
first one,
yes.
which is brilliant.
Yeah, first one, yeah. Well, there were some extra tracks that we had recorded that didn't get on the album.
From that show.
Yes, from that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was one night.
Yeah.
It either happened and worked or it didn't.
And were you involved in the expanded
Reissue?
edition?
Yeah, I was the only one, I think, in the world that actually had saved the tapes. So I had,
okay.
and they weren't the masters.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened to the masters, but I had a good copy mixtape of, I think we did Shine On Brightly and Simple Sister, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to think that we did those because they weren't on the album. You got used to the songs that were on the album. I know what they were, but what you've forgotten about or didn't get on and has never been talked about again was difficult. But when I think it was Union Square, put out a remastered series and everything, they asked us. I was the only one that had anything, so they asked me to look to see what I had.
Okay.
So I had a big delve down in the cupboards and found whatever I found.
And you are satisfied with the result?
Yeah.
Or do you prefer the original album with the less songs on it?
Oh well, I think.
Or is both
It's
okay?
it's a bonus
Yeah.
thing. I don't think that we tried to put Shine On Brightly or whatever else was there, Little Sister or something. Did it have the Adagio di Albinoni on it? No, maybe not.
Maybe not. No. You're right.
Because that's what we started off with that concert.
Yeah.
Was the orchestra with our organist Chris Copping playing the organ on Albinoni's piece.
Yeah.
But it was quite. He was reading the music. He'd never done it before that day, and I think there was a few wrong notes. So hopefully, it didn't get on there. And the other things would not have been mixed up to the standard that A Salty Dog was, or All This and More, or Waiting Stories. That. So. I think it's better that they're a bonus on the end, and for those interested, this was also done. It's just a bit of a historical interest.
Great. There will be a Procol Harum convention in New York in July, the 12th of July. Can you tell us something about this convention? Do you know about that?
I know. Yeah, I saw the webmaster yesterday, this morning, and he said that they were having a get-together in New York. That's all I know. I think
It's exciting to know nothing about, go in there and then have a party. Or
we were over there to play concerts. I don't know what day their party is. I mean, we're not integral to the running of that website, which is called ProcolHarum.com. But it's, as they've always said, and I always like the term, it was run by fans for fans.
Okay, understand.
So we don't go, we want you to say this about us, or we don't give them input.
You take part, but the fans...
If they want to ask us
Yeah.
something, they seem to know where we're going to play before I do.
Yeah,
They must have a line to Chris Cook,
for sure.
and he trusts them and they trust him, and it all works. But it's, and now and again, well, they had a big get-together in Wuppertal last March, when we played there with the Wuppertal Orchestra and things. There was a big gathering there of, we call them the Palers, from Beyond the Pale website. The Palers. They also have got a big band. You know, they play Procol Harum songs. But they play them in their own way as well. They're not a tribute band as such. You know, a tribute band.
Exactly.
Sometimes they sound better than Pink Floyd. You know, Pink Floyd tribute band sounds better than Pink Floyd. But they take the songs and they do them how they give them interpretations. So they're quite interesting. And I think out of that clique, there's probably actually about 70 musicians. You know, quite good players. you know.
Great.
And they, when they have a party,
Yes.
then whoever's there, because they make records by the Ethernet.
Yeah.
So they don't all get together in
Yeah.
the studio.
Yeah.
Somebody will do the drums and the bass. They send it over to Australia.
Yeah.
And he puts on the keyboard, and then it
That's
goes
the
to
way-
Hawaii,
that's
and
the way
somebody puts
to
on the
take-
guitar. And it's great. You know, it's a good idea, and they're nice. They seem to be nice people. They're not crooks. I think we do with a few more nice-looking women, but it's all doctors and lawyers and professionals. But they're very, very. Well, they're good music fans, and they see the good side of Procol Harum. They see people who are our real fans see inside
Yeah.
what it is.
Great. A question to you. You spoke about Bach, but what were your heroes starting to outplay music in the early days? Who infected you?
I was infected from a very early age. I was infected, if you want to call it that. It sounds like a disease, but my father was a great musician, and that's what I grew up with.
Okay.
From
And
the age
what
when
did he play? Jazz music or because rock music was not invented in that?
he played Hawaiian electric steel guitar.
Oh, okay. And this brought you and you said, okay, I have to do it also in my way.
Well, he was the best in Britain, you see. And he played with the top band,
Okay,
and he played on lots of records.
cool.
He recorded with them, he toured with them, he broadcast on the radio with them, and that's what I grew up with. And I thought that all women had dark hair, they were beautiful, they had lovely breasts, and they all wore grass skirts. That's what I used to snuggle up to when I was 5.
When you were 5, this is cool, Gary. This is, I think this is a really great idea too.
Yeah, my godmother was Lisa Maui, who was from either Hawaii or some other Polynesian island. She's a very beautiful, very talented Hawaiian sort of singer, dancer. I grew up with my dad wearing leis round his neck, and I had my own lei. A lei is a garland of flowers that you wear around your neck in Hawaii.
Cool. Have you ever played?
Hawaiian shirts.
Have you ever played with your dad together?
Only when I was little, I played piano duets with him on special occasions,
Okay.
because he was a great pianist as well. And I played some duets when I was like 5 and 6,
Great.
7.
A last question to you, Gary. If possible, please tell us a secret about Procol Harum that nobody knows. What's funny thing or anything?
I think, apart from myself, if you're involved with Procol Harum long enough, this is the secret, that you hate it. That's what it seems to me.
If you say this is a secret, we take this and it's the secret.
It's a secret though,
Yeah.
you can't put it on the radio, on the web.
No.
It's just as it seems to be. I mean, you've got your Matthew Fishers and your Keith Reeves, and one day they seem to just turn on it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
It's given them, well, I don't talk about Matthew Fisher, but, other people, it's given them a start. They could then make of life and creation
Yeah.
and their abilities what they will, as I have done. And that's what I think everybody should do. Don't rely on me to make all your decisions and all your money for you and everything else. You're there, you can do what you like. People have always been free to contribute to Procol Harum
Yeah.
in music or in lyrics. Sometimes they've chosen not to. Sometimes you've given them the chance and they've started writing and they suddenly think, I can do this on my own.
Yeah.
You know, Robin Trower or somebody, you know, it's fine. I respect everything.
Gary, at last, some words to your fans, please. It's your birthday, so you can say anything what you want.
I have a profound feeling of love today on my birthday. I think I'm at a turning point in life where I actually love everybody.
Perfect last word. Perfect last word. Thank you very much, Gary, for this interview, and have a great concert tonight and a great birthday show and birthday cake and everything. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, we're done. Thank you very much.